Hey, John.
Hey, Eric. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Doing well. I think I slept most of this last weekend. Just
just a deep sigh and like
everybody gone. Yeah. 'Cause yeah. And checking in with daughter number 2 on first few days of grad school.
that's right.
Day 1 was high
She's now 3 days
stress.
in.
Day 2 was all right. We're figuring this out, and day 3 was I think I got the rhythm now, Dad. So
On the
good.
third day, you can only barely have gotten through all your
Yeah.
classes.
Oh. It's a different. It's like 8 to 4 p.m. every day. It's a
Oh,
what do you call it? It's not a clinical thing, but it's a your
residency?
It's not that. It's the how the school is set up is she's actually starting to see patients and shadow and
Oh,
like it's or she's not seeing patients yet. There's a month of classroom instruction, and then you go into um a I don't know what they call it. Anyways, I will find out more from her, and I should not jump to conclusions based on random things she said. But
so it's more practical than book
yes,
learning.
yes.
I
And
mean,
she
a little
found
little bit of
out,
both, but
yeah, she found out that during summer she does an on-site something, and some of the kids will go to New York, New Jersey, and there's different places they can go. And she said Portland's one of them. Maybe we could come live in Portland for the summer, Dad. Like that would be fantastic. So we'll see.
all right.
So
I mean, is that a you get your choice though, or is that a you get slotted in?
I think you get to choose.
Huh?
I think they have space there locally, but they also, if students want to, they have options to choose elsewhere. But it's not a assignment; it's a choice to go elsewhere, or you can stay there.
Hmm.
So
All right. Well, that's exciting.
it will be.
That's
I'm curious
exciting.
to hear more about how her whole program just kind of goes.
Yeah.
So fun stuff.
Very practical.
Mm-hmm.
I did not sleep this weekend.
I'm sorry.
Well, I shouldn't say at all, but so in the last 7 days, at least since last we spoke on the podcast, at least
Mm-hmm.
I have made 2 day trips to Seattle.
That's 8 hours of driving at least a
Well,
day.
the first was actually Tacoma or Lakewoody, so it's not
Uh,
all the way into Seattle.
the
But
3 hour side.
yeah,
The
it was
3 hour
still
tour.
it was still 3:15 or something like that.
Yeah.
But that was for I've got a nephew up there who graduated from high school, and so his graduation
Oh,
party was Saturday,
nice.
and so I wanted to go up and support him, and my wife wound up working all Saturday, so she did not wind up coming up. Although
Hmm?
the symphony fails. Well, no, sorry, the symphony didn't fail. John failed the symphony.
Did
Kind
you
of.
have tickets on Saturday?
We did have tickets on Saturday, which was another reason why my wife stayed home to go to the
Uh,
7:30 show with my
okay.
son,
Okay.
which got rescheduled for 2 p.m. because of the Starlight Parade.
Oh, no.
So when you show up at 7 for a 7:30 show and there's a sign on the door that says it was at 2, you cannot do what we did the week before, which is, oh, well, we'll be back
We'll
in
be
5
back in
hours.
5 hours. We have not invented time
So
travel
my
yet.
wife texted me a picture of the sign on the door and said, "So did they send you another email?" Uh-huh.
Of course they did.
Of course they did. Did I read it? No, of course. Like I don't read all that crap. There's too much junk. So I need an AI to tell me when things like this matter.
Search through my emails and find symphony relevant emails where times have changed.
I
And
you know that's going to
yeah.
be coming.
Oh
I
yeah.
have not willingly given my AI access to my calendar or my
How many more
email yet.
symphony concerts do you miss before the over under on
Under advice of counsel, no comment. So I was like, really? And this hasn't
oh,
happened in, I don't even know like how many years we've been doing this. And then it happens 2 weeks in a
in a
row.
row?
2 weeks in a row.
Oh, sorry,
Anyway,
dude.
so anyway, first that was the first trip to the Seattle area.
Uh-huh.
And then we were supposed to be on a field trip with my wife's class for 3 days on a sailing ship in Puget Sound
A
on Monday,
3 hour
Tuesday,
tour.
Wednesday. Well, it wound up being a 3 hour tour
Mm,
because at literally as we were maybe 45 minutes out of the dock, I mean, we could see the Seattle skyline. You know, we were well north of
mm-hmm.
Tacoma and, you know,
Yep.
about to turn off of I-5 and make our way down to the docks. We get a phone call.
At least it wasn't an email.
Well, I mean, I suspect that they had been anyway. We get a phone call, and of course, we've got a car full of kids.
Uh-huh.
So my wife takes the call and is like, I've got a car full of kids here. Can I text you? And so like she's texting and like I'm hearing one side of the conversation while I'm driving. And of course the kids are all ears. What's going on?
Yeah.
So, I mean, turns out they called it a boat plague.
Boat
Basically all
plague.
two words that should
Hmm.
not go together.
No.
But evidently the crew were all sick. They were very clear in all of the guides coming up. If you are sick, please stay home.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
will be in confined spaces. You do not want to bring sickness aboard.
Right.
Um, Somebody didn't follow that clearly, and
Oh
they
no. They caught it
like
from the
all of the
previous.
crew
Oh.
were sick. Like they had been trying to scrounge together, you know, alternates and stuff like that. But for overnight trips, it said they had like 12 crew.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have 12 crew. They had enough, which was like 6, to do a day trip. And so
Okay.
they were like, well, I think one of the first questions seemingly was, where are you? Like, can we cancel on you? Like
Yeah.
cancel. And when my wife was like, we're like half hour out, about to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
get there, having already driven 3.5 hours,
Yeah.
they were like, well, go ahead, you know, and we were in like 5 cars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we get here, we'll take you out today because we can go out with like a half crew basically. We'll still have a great day and we'll reschedule it for the fall, but we just do not have enough crew. So super disappointing
I bet.
for the kids who had like fundraised for this for all year,
Right. Right. Right.
all year, every week. They had a bake
Mm-hmm.
sale every Friday. Anyway, like anyway, super disappointing for the kids, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So we still went out on the water for like four hours, and they you know dredged up plankton and looked at them underneath the microscopes, and every one of the kids got to drive the steer the ship for a few minutes and learn about navigation and learn how to
Okay.
tie some knots and the safety stuff and you know the ship history. I mean they had stations, you know, that they rotated the
Right.
small groups of kids through, which and it was a great day, but it was not the 3-day epic field trip that it should have been.
Right.
And then driving home that night after having left the school here at 5 a.m. It was a very, very long day.
Yeah.
So,
Which is why I did not complain about my very, very long day on Tuesday, because in my head, I'm like, John's yesterday was a lot longer than my Tuesday.
well, I had this is a little bit of inside baseball, but when I realized that I was going to be home, I had you know at least a few thoughts of, oh well, maybe I'll go ahead and catch a day trip down on
Yeah.
Tuesday. And as I was getting home late on Monday, I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm not getting up in a few hours for a 7 a.m. flight."
'Cause-
Um,
yeah, I
yeah.
took a day trip down to Southern California, and originally you were going to come, but we moved it around, we moved it up, and then you were going to be out of town, and then you were texting like, "What flight are you on? Maybe I'll get." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
You're in
Well,
Seattle."
now you have the story.
Now
you
I
have the
have
story.
the story.
Which
Uh,
it's a sad story, but
yeah.
maybe I mean they said they'd reschedule it for the fall, so there'll be a getting back to school
Okay.
bonding experience hopefully
There you
for
go.
the class.
And they'll be in what grade in the fall?
In the fall it'll be 8th grade.
So this will be their last year.
Yep.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
So
okay.
Anyway, fingers crossed. But there's my 2-day trips to Seattle. It was a long lot of driving, and I didn't even get to drive my car. I had to drive like gas.
You had to
cars,
steer.
I didn't want to
and fill up with gas.
Exactly. We borrowed a minivan for the other, and and yeah, my wife's like, please don't expect that it has fancy cruise control. Like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
I've adapted to not paying as much attention. Anyway, that's
okay.
It was a day, or it was a week.
Well, I can give you an update on my Apple Ads experiment. So
yes, I'm
you
super
were curious. It is not good. I have sold 0 in the week.
That is not going poorly. That is going awfully.
It's not going well at all. And I've been fiddling with things. I moved the payment per install to where I would break even, basically, and still nothing. So it's horrible because clearly there are just not enough people that think the way I think. I hate free games or free things that then as soon as you download them, it's like, "No, give me $1.99 for this." It's like, just tell me how much is it up front. Let me just give you a couple bucks and call it. That apparently is not how the entire Apple ecosystem works. It's all in-app purchases and get you hooked, but that also always seems to result in crappy reviews. So I don't know. I've got some ideas, and my various AI friends are offering me suggestions on other things I can try.
I was going to say.
So,
okay.
All right, I'll keep trying. I mean, I want to do as little work. I am a lazy person.
This is not a priority.
This is no.
It's not laziness. I'm well aware of your lack of laziness.
Give me something that I can spend 15 minutes on and then move on to something else. And my 15 minutes of fame so far has resulted in a big goose egg. So clearly that's not working. But this is also with the basic where Apple just kind of does everything for you based on keywords and all the other stuff. There is an advanced mode, which my AI friends are saying, here's what you put in for all the advanced mode. And I've scanned all the others. These are the keywords you want to bid on. And here's what you should. So we'll see if a custom version, which maybe takes me half hour instead of 15 minutes, does any better. But I'm going to let this basic one ride for another couple weeks all right. See what happens. But
at divided by 0 effort is a decent.
Yeah. Because part of the problem too is what's the right way to put it? It becomes exponential on itself. Is if you get a couple people purchasing,
virtuous cycle,
then Apple will say, Apple can make more money off this person. Let's put more of this person's ads in there. So it's just putting a few ads and no nibbles. But once you get that thing, so then part of me is like, well, I could just lower the price for a little bit to juice the algorithm and then flip it back up. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. There's no free lunch. Yeah. Right.
No, exactly. And this is all funny money anyways. Like it's just for giggles. So
yeah. But you gotta learn so you can instruct me, oh wise one.
So that's my other exciting update there. We'll try. I'll give it a couple more weeks, then we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Look forward to an update. How about topics this week? What'd you bring?
All right. So I don't know if you saw this. So I do not use Facebook. I think you and I both canceled our Facebook accounts years ago on the podcast and made some noise about it. But I still use Instagram. That's which is a Facebook Meta, I guess, property. Meta provided us with another masterclass in what happens when you let the AI hype train drive your security strategy.
Oh, yes.
So a freshly leaked report, I pulled this out of the New York Times, reveals a massive security meltdown where hackers managed to hijack 20,000 Instagram accounts.
Brutal.
And it wasn't this sophisticated thing. They just tricked, no encryption, no bugs. They just tricked the brand new AI customer support bot into giving them stuff. So among the high-profile victims that suddenly found their feeds full of pro-Iran propaganda and random political rants, Barack Obama's old dormant White House account, which I'm sure people are always checking, the Chief Master Sergeant of the U.S. Space Force. So, yes, the space military got hacked by the chatbot. Some companies, Sephora, Simply Safe, which is a home security company. So, how did this happen? So, back in March, Meta decided that human customer support reps were not for them. They rolled out an an AI-powered assistant to handle the high-touch support and password resets, of all things.
Oh, exciting.
So as soon as the hackers realized that the chatbot is essentially a gullible intern, the attack loop went something like this. The hacker would say, I lost access to my account. Can you link it to my email at totallylegithacker@gmail.com? And the AI said, that sounds stressful. Sure thing. I've updated the back end. Here's a verification code. Hacker enters verification code to the email address the hacker just said.
My gracious sakes.
And the AI said, awesome. Here's your password reset link. Have a magical Meta day. Or whatever, right? So literally no authentication logic check. The AI was designed to be so helpful, it completely forgot to check if the person asking for the account actually owned it. So it's kind of the equivalent of the bank security guard holding a canvas bag of cash to a guy wearing a t-shirt that says, I am the CEO, give me my money. So... however, silver lining, the exploit completely struck out if the target account had two-factor authentication enabled. So, two-factor saves the day again.
Some of those examples.
I don't know how a White House account did not have two-factor, but so the AI, it couldn't pass that two-factor authentication, and It really wasn't an AI hack. They didn't write any malware. It's just a logic flaw in the chat window. So when
agents are not that smart yet.
No, when your AI can read and write to your user database without some kind of gatekeeper, this is not unexpected. So apparently Meta noticed the dumpster fire, on May 31st. They killed the bot's permissions by June 1st, and things quieted down. But the best part, internal documents show that Meta still has no idea what personal data the hackers scraped while they were playing around with the system. Oof. Awesome. So, moral of the story here, if you're planning to replace your entire customer support staff with an AI to save some money, maybe pay attention to what it's actually going to be able to do. Otherwise, the Space Force Instagram account will be blasting out weird memes. So there you go. That's my
Wow.
topic of the day. Handing password resets of all things to an AI who is happy to comply. Everybody here's played with the AI by this point, right? And they're usually, when you ask it a question or tell us something, that's a great point. It's very positive, and you can only imagine.
Sycophantic.
Yes. Hey,
With some of them. Some of
hey,
them.
I feel really bad. I lost my password. I really need it. Oh, really bad. Bo, please help me. Oh, absolutely. No problem. We can help you. Here. You're not a hacker, are you? No, I'm not. Okay. Just checking. So
My
there you go.
granddaughter says if I do this,
Yeah.
I feel like I read an article that there were instructions like this on Reddit or some other things for how to do this. Anyway,
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Good times. Good times.
Times for sure. Times. Yes,
No qualifier
for sure. Times
needed.
But speaking of times, they are. I don't know if they're changing. But this past Tuesday was Patch Tuesday for Microsoft. And remember last past Tuesday, they had a whole bunch. They did not see, or at least I didn't see in the Krebs article that I'll put here as the link for this topic, how many of these vulnerabilities were found by AI. But there's 200
stuff.
Nearly 200. Which is more than even last month. It's Krebs at least says it's a record for the Microsoft's monthly Patch Tuesday cycle, with 3 dozen rated critical, and exploit code for at least 3 were already public.
Oof.
So, you know, we've been talking about for a while, AI is helping us find bugs faster. And so congratulations, you've won some more homework. So,
yeah,
you know, if defenders and researchers find more vulnerabilities using AI, then vendors ship larger patches and customers absorb bigger patches. So, yeah, I'm not envious of especially the process heavy organizations that need to absorb and move fast on these big patch dumps. So there's a number of critical things in here, including a 0 day that was a denial of service that against IIS, the Internet Information Service.
Is that still a thing?
It still ships.
It must be.
So software never dies. It just you forget it's on your disk. And it
fades into existence.
It's just available surface area for exploitation. But Microsoft said that one was reported by OpenAI's Codex, so that's interesting. So let's see. Krebs also said 2 of the patch 0 days are related to public disclosures from a researcher using the name Nightmare Eclipse. And there's a bit of a story, at least in the article, that that person might be an ex-Microsoft person. They're saying that they're going to drop another bone-shattering 0 day on July 14th, which is next month's Patch Tuesday. Could be a ex-internal person. Yeah, exactly. So it's mostly just, oh my gosh, it's still happening. And I don't think that this is the full output of a Mythos level model yet. So, you know, I predict with, you know, high probability that next month there will be even more. So good to see on that. So no more about the Microsoft stuff, but I just mentioned Mythos, and was it just yesterday or the day before? So Anthropic released, well, they opened Glasswing up to some more partners, and they released a heavily guardrailed version of Mythos, evidently, called Fable,
I have
which
played with this
is, oh, you got it to work.
on my personal account, not work. Sorry.
Well, see, I still didn't subscribe to Anthropic. I'm still upset at them for their open claw stuff.
Still holding a grudge, I see. Okay.
Yes. Well, you know, I get to be a little grudgy.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
But plus, well, it said that it was twice as expensive on a token basis as Opus 4.8.
Yeah.
Yikes! Burn through that quota. Burn, baby, burn. So my second topic though is about so this is a Substack article from Ethan Malik, who evidently got early access to Claude 5 Fable, and he had a couple of good examples in here of what it's like to work with it. So it's not just new model is better, because like every new model is better, but the and Mythos at least has been talked about for months at this point. But he had a good description here about, you know, essentially saying what you want, and then it happens. And he did. He said that the first example that he did in the article, which was really cool, was what's the name of this map? Isochronic map.
Yeah.
So he basically said, what was his prompt? Here was his prompt. I want you to build a fully researched and beautiful isochronic map that lets me pick various cities and see real isochronic lines based on real data. I want the design to be unique. You should take into account airports and travel time to and from airports, trains, walking, driving. Data does not need to be live, but should be real based on research and data. You can start with a few cities, but more general is better. This should be an entirely new project. So an isochronic map is a map where the topology lines and or colors are based on the travel time from your origin city, including everything, you know, driving, you know, flying, landing. So like if you look at the and the first map of this type was created in 1881, showing travel times from London. And anyway, so, and which is interesting because the units were days. Less than 10 days, 10 to 20 days, 20 to 30 days, more than 40 days. And so like in the 1881 map, there are parts of, for example, Canada that were red for more than 40 days, even though you could presumably get to some of them with a ship and train. Anyway, super cool. But the net on this, though, I think he said, you know, he just let it go, and it subdivided a ton of agents using less expensive models, and it worked for, I think he said 9 hours in total. I mean, it just must have burnt so many tokens, but it generated it and totally worked. So I'll go back to my summary here. So he said it outperformed other public models by a considerable margin, worked for hours on multi-page specifications, spun up other AI agents to do research and testing, produced surprisingly complete projects from broad instructions. And so, I mean, this is cool because his framing, Malik's framing, was that like with an earlier AI, you feel like a wizard. You know, you chant the spell and something happens. But with Fable, he said his analogy was more like a patron. He described what he wants, pays for it, and then judges the final results. You know, who does the conjuring is somewhere else. It's a black box.
Mm-hmm.
The ability. One of the questions that he sort of raised in the article is how much exposure to the internal working of the logic will we actually wind up happening long term? Like maybe none. This is likely to be what the future is like. So the exact quote from this is let's see, finding it here. The work has shifted from process to outcome. I no longer steer, I commission. So this is kind of the patron analogy. It's possible the sidelining is temporary, just an artifact of interfaces that haven't caught up. But it's also possible that the opposite's true. The more capable the model, the less there is for a human to meaningfully do, and the black box is the price of the power.
Mm-hmm.
None of this is a loss of control in the obvious sense. I can still steer Fable, and it follows instructions remarkably well. The more ambitious the instruction, the better the result. But steering is no longer the same as doing. I brief the model, it spins up its own agents to research and write and check one another's work, and what comes back is finished. A patron commissions a single artist. Fable is closer to a whole studio where I am the client who signs off on the final work without ever setting foot on the floor. I don't know. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I still feel like in most of my work, I'm kind of still dictating tests and validating, and I'm doing more QA, honestly, than dev and a lot of the stuff that I've been doing. But
yeah,
it's getting very impressively opaque.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the day, does it matter? The security aspects matter, the vulnerabilities matter, detection, but I mean, are those constraints up front as well as checks before production?
Yeah.
Good enough. We'll see. It's an interesting world, but I really like this article, and the map is very cool.
It is super cool.
It was almost my something fun, but I had a different something fun, so it couldn't be my something fun. But I thought it was also topic worthy. So.
All right. Well,
all right. How about your fun?
My something fun. So, 2026 World Cup is officially kicking off this week, and the city of Toronto hosting a bunch of matches. But instead of just setting up a normal tourist info booth, they went full on Canadian. They have launched.
I don't know what full on Canadian is.
The Great Beaver Quest.
Great Beaver Quest.
Which caught my eye since we live in, I live in Beaverton, and we talked about beavers. I should give an update on the beaver dam that is blocking the trails that I used to work on. Anyways, I got sidetracked. All right, so the city commissioned a bunch of local artists to hand paint 51 fiberglass beaver statues that are nearly 4 feet tall, and they have them scattered all over Toronto for a massive public scavenger hunt. So kind of fun.
Okay.
49.
Wait, you're hiding. I mean, 4 feet tall. That's not exactly
it's not hiding. Really.
Geocoding, or what do you call it? Geocoding?
Geocaching.
But geocaching. Thank you.
No. It's they're like on street corners or maybe. Anyways, 49.
Can you catch them all?
Yeah, of the beavers represent the different countries competing in the World Cup.
Okay.
The star of the show is a beaver named Doug, who represents Canada, and naturally, Doug is wearing a soccer jersey layered underneath a red flannel shirt because stereotypes are efficient. And then the other beavers are hidden in parks and sidewalks, so they're not truly hidden.
Eric, are you wearing your red flannel shirt?
I am wearing my Canadian red and black Canadian flannel shirt. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
In solidarity.
Well, it just was a... what's the word? Not
fortuitous coincidence.
Serendipity. Serendipitous. Anyways, so not only are
wait, but that's 49 and that's 50. What's the 51st?
It's the special beaver. I actually don't know what the other beaver is. I I missed that.
Operation
I'll have to
Malicious
check it.
Beaver.
No, you're jumping ahead.
Okay. Okay.
So, Toronto decided to gamify the hunt. Tourists have
Okay.
to walk up to giant beavers and scan a QR code and enter a digital scavenger hunt for prizes. 4,500 people have already started scanning them. And as security professionals, you have already started to ask the obvious
I have.
question: how long until someone slaps a malicious sticker over Doug the Beaver's QR code?
Oh, that is so funny.
So, if you're a threat actor looking to harvest credentials from 300,000 international soccer fans, Operation Malicious Beaver is just sitting right there for you.
Oh,
So, please don't do that. Do not hack the beavers. Just saying that the threat model on a 4-foot fiberglass rodent, surprisingly high. So,
that's pretty funny.
anyways, if you happen to be in Toronto, go find Doug, win some weekly prizes, and please check the URL before you actually follow anything it says before you put in your data.
Oh,
Okay.
that's awesome.
Anyway, so that's my something fun. Go World Cup. I have pulled out some of my Spain stuff. I'm rooting for Spain. We'll see how they do this year, but
Okay.
anyways, go World Cup. Looking forward to it. John,
Okay, that's fun. That is
something
fun. Okay, my something fun.
Uh-huh.
This was actually from last week, but I had to use my last week's one last week. But this is a weird 20-legged robot.
Feels like about 18 too many.
Well,
16
exactly.
too many.
So their name is Argus,
Okay.
and it is a mini-eyed robot that looks more like a sea urchin that decided to become a Mars rover. So it has no meaningful front or back. It does not really care which direction it is facing.
Oh, it's just all legs. Okay.
It is all
okay,
it is
I
all
gotcha.
legs.
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
most robots are designed by copying animals, humans, dogs, insects, fish.
Mm-hmm.
So this is from Duke University. And so Duke's team started from a principle called dynamic isotropy. Basically, how equally well a robot can accelerate its center of mass in any direction.
Okay.
Okay, that's an interesting quantitative metric.
Mm-hmm.
So Argus scores a 0.91, which is far above many familiar robot body plans because it's optimized for direction neutral movement instead of what they term biological familiarity. And each of the 20 legs is basically tipped with a depth camera, giving it near all around perception. And it showed it like wall climbing between walls because it can kind of push down with legs on one side as well. So each one of the legs, there's a cool video in here that shows it kind of moving around. And they also artificially broke some of the legs. So like how can it move when, with simulated damage, basically.
Oh, okay.
Because,
okay.
how can
That
you
might
recover
happen.
from different things and what types of terrain it can traverse. So they have it on a beach. So in sand, they have it, inside of the cities on like a little bit of an obstacle course. It didn't do like big obstacles. Like, you see some of the humanoid robots doing backflips and front flips and all the things. That's definitely, this is presumably a grad school level robot project. But it's kind of cool, it's a great, robotics design lesson, copying nature is powerful, but not mandatory. And, I like the notion of, the quantitative measure. And they did try. I think they tried up to like 40-ish legs as well and down, and it does improve. But they were kind of picking the sweet spot where they could build it as well. So it'd be fun to have a little desk toy version.
Mm-hmm.
I take that. So, although that kind of reminds me of the little ball robots too.
Oh, I was trying to look really quick what it reminds me of. There's a Apple TV sci-fi show where the aliens sound like what you're talking about here. Can't remember the name of the show. Invasion. That's what it was. Anyways, Apple TV Invasion. The aliens kind of have these legs that just kind of poke out from everywhere, and they kind of move like. Anyways,
well, watch the video, and
I will have to check it out.
Presumably the the Industrial Light and Magic version of the robot looks a lot more natural than the Duke University grad school student version, but well done. Well, it's pretty cool.
Good stuff.
So there you go. My something fun.
I like it. All right, John.
All right, my friend.
We will see
you. Have a good night. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye, Eric.
Bye.